Good morning, everyone. I decided to let you guys in on a little bit of the transplanting of the garden. I was out there already for about 2 hours, but I thought about, hey, I'm gonna bring you guys along. So let's go back out there. Yeah, I started out here with the tomatoes. These are the cages, and if you saw the other video, the sucker video of me getting the suckers off, if you really, I had a little bad acting in that video, but if you want to know what a sucker is, it is right here. Get a close up. You see this? You see this really good because this is in the way. Let me prop this up for you. But it's in the V. You see the V right there? Just tear that off. Okay, there you go. That's all you got to do. It just sucks the nutrients out of the bigger branch. But see these? I put fertilizer in the middle of all these. You see that? Those are tomato plants, all tomato plants growing on top of that fertilizer or in the fertilizer because of the tomato seeds in the compost and the chickens eating and digesting them. So I'll show you that in a second. And I did weed the green beans. I actually took a few out from over there because there wasn't many, so I'm gonna plant some other stuff there. But I spread it out here and weeded this part out. I still need to weed this part out here. And then plant some peppers right here because I got some growing in a vessel up there. I'll show you. But here is what the game plan I'm doing here. It's supposed to have been lettuce and greens right here. It didn't do good at all. I do have an okra plant here, okra plant here, okra plant here, about every 8 foot, so I can run a string. I'm going to use the okra plant as a pole so I don't have to spend money on the pole, and I can tie gardener yarn around there and then use those as to hold up items. It's supposed to have been something else, but I have tomato plants here now, and what's going to happen here, there's more tomato plants. All these are tomato plants, like all these you're seeing on top of this black fabric. It's growing on top of this fabric because I put fertilizer on top of the fabric, which I probably will not do again because then you get grass and stuff growing in the middle. But those are pretty nice size. I'm gonna transplant these, and once you transplant them, they look like they're gonna die. They'll wither down even more. But what's gonna happen? You put water, and you make sure you water it. As soon as you water it, I bet you in about 8 hours that thing's gonna look just like a regular one. But I'm growing these on top of the soil. So if you guys don't know, tomato plants are usually in cages. I think when they first started, it's actually a vine. Tomatoes are actually a vine. So what's going to happen is they're going to grow on the ground. So I'm going to get leaves, put them on top of this black fabric, and then let the rest of these grow on the ground and just pluck them like watermelons. Hopefully they get big like watermelons. Not that big, but I'm just trying to give you an example of how they're going to grow. But we'll see how this year does, because when a farmer I used to get green tomatoes from, he actually grew half his crop on the ground. So we'll test it out this year and see. But all the rest of the other stuff are doing pretty good. Got peppers staked up, and I got 50 more of these stakes coming for the rest of the peppers that are smaller. We do have green, red, and yellow bell pepper, orange, green, red, yellow, and orange bell peppers down here. And some other items I really don't know until it gets a little bit bigger because I didn't write it down. But we got squash and zucchini all on those rows there. And they're doing really nice. We got some blossoms already coming on here. Here's some smaller ones I had planted with seeds, but those are the bigger ones. I got zucchini down there and then squash down this direction. And one of the chickens was scratching up all here and then scratching up some of the smaller plants. So when they're smaller, I put these little cages around it. We found these on the side of the road, so I cut them and situated them over there so it doesn't scratch that up. Okay, let me transplant one of these tomatoes and show you what I'm doing. First of all, I dig a hole. This is the last one I have to do, but I dug a hole that big. Okay, here's a tomato plant here. It just grew on top of here, so I'm just going to scoop this whole deal up just like so. And all I'm going to do is place this in this hole. That's what I said. And it has a really good potting soil already because it has a fertilizer in there, and I'm just going to cover it up with dirt. A lot of times they say to pluck the bottom limbs off so it's just on the top, and cover it up as much as possible so it has, because what tomato plants do is they grow roots. I'll pick one up off the ground that I'm not going to use and show you. They'll grow, as much as dirt is up here, they'll grow roots in the dirt, and you'll have more of the plant to grab nutrition. So you try to get it to get as much roots as possible, and it's sturdier like that. Okay, here's one that I'm not going to use, but I'm going to try to see if I can get a better view for you guys. I'm going to take this apart. You see there's a white little root there. It's growing because that's where the dirt stopped. So all the roots grew all the way up to where that fertilizer was. So if you grow it even higher, if you put them up even higher, the roots will grow all the way up to there and be a lot sturdier. I'm gonna get back to gardening and I'll be right back with you, and I'll come over there where the green beans are and show you how I'd weed the garden. I know you might have saw it on some videos, but some of you guys might have missed it or fast forwarded.
Stop fast forwarding. Your eyes are getting heavy. You're getting sleepy. When you wake up, you will never fast forward again.
But I'll be over there in a second. Before I go over there, I wanted to show you to make sure to water it. Never want to forget that. I do have a bucket here. It's full of water, so if I do pour this on it, it's going to be a lot of water jumping on at one time. So what I do is use a container and make sure it's soaked. And then just dip this back in and fill it back up. And then once this water in the bucket gets a little less than half, then I'll go ahead and just use the bucket to pour a little bit on there. So you don't want it too big of a downpour on it. So now I'll see you over at the freaking green beans. Got my helper Tasha out here. We're just weeding this part out. I already showed you I weeded that part out. And what I really want to show you is how I weed them out. It makes it a little bit easier. I'll get Tasha one of these, and let me get you a close up. Okay, I just put the shovel in and then grab it and wiggle. It actually helps it come up, just loosens the dirt up a little bit, and if not, you grab it. Let me get a bigger chunk. You grab it and start getting the dirt off like that. You can grab them and try to pull the whole root up. A lot of times it don't come up good, but I usually come after it rains, about a couple days after it rains, and it's easier for them to come up. So that's what I'm doing now. Hey guys, I'm going to use a few of these poles. These are for what I use for the deer fencing. And I did plant cucumbers here just to have another space for them so I get more light. I do want to do it on the other fence over there, but my tiller had problems. If you saw that video in the past that I posted. But I'm gonna come back out here and tap that in the ground, but I'm just kind of giving you an example of what I'm doing. I don't want it too heavy, so I'm going to put one in the middle here. But I'm going to put garden twine or yarn, whatever you want to call it, in between here. And then I'm going to go ahead and let these grow up. I would put a trellis in there, but it's going to cause too much shade on either side. I want the tomatoes and the peppers and stuff to get some sunlight, so I'm going to put a garden yarn, but this is going to grow up there, and hopefully these are big enough. By the time these grow up, it'll be okay. But I'm going to do that. Pretty much that's about all to this video, guys. I wasn't doing too much of a garden video today. I just want to bring you along and see what I'm doing, because if I videotape all this, I'm not going to get anything done. But I do want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you might want to see, dedicated video of the garden that might help you out, and I can do that for you guys, okay? Till next video, thanks again.
Hey, thanks for watching the video again. If you haven't visited my website yet, the address is www.DaGarbageDisposalstore.com. You can navigate through the top, all these links right here. There is actually a question and comment form. If you have any questions or comments, fill that out and it'll go straight to my email. At the very bottom, there is a free newsletter. Just sign up right here and you'll get a weekly newsletter. So, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting on? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit see all so you get all the notifications and don't miss the videos. Please comment. I like to listen to your comments and respond to you, so I do like to interact with you guys. Please share the video with your friends, family, even your boss, and have a great day. Let's meet other plans.